Live. I wanted to do a quick message, little intuitive download. A little tired today. Usually I get a ton of sleep. And last night, can I be candid? I'm going to be candid. It was the day before my cycle. And I was a little, I don't get moody at all on my cycle. I don't get cravings, maybe a little more chocolate. But I do get ever so slightly nitpicky. So I was a little nitpicky last night with my team, and it kept me up. Listen, here's why you're broke. And here's why you're watching an Empress who's not. Hit that like button for me, you guys. Hit that like button. This is a blackout reading. So tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments section below. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Here's why you're broke. And you're watching someone that is paid. Okay? Here's why you're broke. So Saturn's been playing in all of our houses, but especially Pisces for the last several years. And for, I think, 14 years since 2011, Neptune, ruler of Pisces, has been in Pisces too. So it caused a lot of confusion and illusion, right? The Pisces in particular have had trouble seeing who they actually are. Their value and their worth. They've struggled with the confidence to move forward in certain areas of their life. That was Neptune, holding a veil over the star's eyes, right? A lot of Pisces, depending on what year they're born, they're known as the star of purpose. That's why I tell people never listen to readings where people use the tarot cards as their actual sign. Some people, they benefited from this confusion. And they were the ones who took advantage of Piscean energy, who stole from them in one way or another, whether it was manipulating YouTube or whether it was causing chaos in the Piscean's life. Now, what's happening now is Saturn is moving out of Pisces into Aries. So if you know an Aries, give them a hug, because all the wrath of everything they've done since 2011 is about to hit them pretty hard. It already started with losses over the past few years, right? They were losing people close to them. Now what's happening, the karmic wheel is turning and Saturn is making sure everything plays out in real time now. Now, how are you seeing this unfold? Well, are you the observer, AKA stalker, of someone who is just sitting pretty and paid? Probably single? Paid like a mofo. Someone is just, you can tell they're paid. And it's that quiet type of paid, right? They don't like announce a new car they've purchased. They just show their dog sitting in a passenger seat of a Bentley, right? They don't show that they have investments. They just maybe are looking for an Airbnb manager, right? They're not low vibe. They're not low class. They don't plaster and post this. Well, if you've done someone dirty, particularly a Pisces, if you've stolen from them, let's say you manipulated their content or hacked their device to steal their ideas, you've got to understand something that Pisces doesn't care about. They don't care about winning in any sense of the word. They've already won. And their winning in any conventional way doesn't resonate with them. Okay? Know why? Because they're paid. They're paid big, and it shows. They are paid. They are the most paid sign of the zodiac, them and Taurus. Taurus rules the bank. Everyone can see them thriving. Everyone knows they're the go-to in multiple fields, not just one. They wouldn't allow themselves to be put in a box. They don't fit into anyone's niche or box. What happened was a group of thieves, liars, and tricksters stole from their energy, tried to play on their confidence, tried to make them feel like they were less than. Now that reaps the worst kind of karma. So they didn't fit into these people's boxes. So what happened was this group of thieves, liars, phonies, tricksters, charlatans stole from their energy. But now those same people are scrambling, wondering, oh, how do we get paid? What kind of scheme to make money will work this week? What side hustle can we start? Let's put the wife to work, right? Meanwhile, the Pisces is just sitting back, relaxed, legs crossed or not, living their life. And why? Because they're paid. They're paid. So you need to look around you. If you're living in, it's fine to rent. I rent. I also own property with my siblings. So it's, and just invested in my first rental property. So there's levels. But if you're sitting in a rented house and your husband and the last house you moved out of said, oh, we sold our house, and that was a rental too, and just everything around you is a big fat lie, right? Your husband's got you working super hard because he's not bringing it in. If you are in that type of scenario, honey, and you're watching someone that is paid by themselves, you're just like, how's this person doing it? Let me figure out the formula. The formula is they don't do people dirty. They don't lie on people because they know how Saturn works and they know how karma works, right? So they know that if they lie on people, if they're a trickster, if they're scheming on people, they know for a fact that karma is not going to deliver them as a paid, taken care of, wealthy woman or man. So you need to look real long and hard who you're surrounding yourself with, because some of you are surrounding yourself with trickster, thieves, liars, lowlives, drug addicts, and it shows. It shows because you're hyper focused on, this looks like in this layout I did with this spread of oracle cards, a single energy that is just paid. You're watching her every move. How can I do that? How can I do that? Well, you can't, because you're a schemer. You're a trickster. You're a liar. See, this person doesn't care if they win or lose in any type of 3D scenario, because they're winning in the bank. They're winning in their health. They're winning in their beauty. And they're doing that because they're an honorable person. And here's the thing. They're paid so well that when people say money doesn't grow on trees, that Pisces can tell you, oh, yes, it does. And one more thing, Pisces is humble. They donate quietly. They volunteer quietly. They don't need to be flashy. They don't need to put all that on the internet. But they don't have to humble themselves. Why? Because they were mistreated for so long and in so many lifetimes. So now, no matter what happens, you can look around and see how everything's shifting and see where you're at on that timeline, right? Is someone around you bitching about money? Can you not buy major things because you're freaking out about money? Do you feel the need to announce when you make major purchases because you're insecure as fuck? Right? Are you watching someone that you don't even know, a single energy, maybe a single female that's successful because you're jealous and envious and you want what that person has because you can't bring it in on your own? You have to lie and manipulate others and you have to live off someone? That's your issue. Are you living in a house you can't afford? Is your husband over 40 talking about how he sold the last house he lived in and it was a rental? You both know it. Don't act like you've got it all together. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching you like that, right? But you're watching someone. And that person you're watching knows how to get the bag. And here, I'll spill the goods. It's by not doing people dirty, not stealing from people, not lying from people, being loyal to people when you're in a relationship, actually being loyal to that person, even if it's someone at a distance, even if it's something you're cultivating. Not cheating people in business, not creating schemes between people online. Some of you are up to no good and it shows. It shows in your face, it shows in your hairline that's clear back to your, the back of your neck. it shows in the fact that you know, God's kind of even mess with your I don't want to say this, I don't want to upset people, so I'm not going to say what I was just going to say, but do people right, okay? Pay your bills on time, don't scheme, don't try to set people up, and money will flow. But it's going to take a while to clear this karmic cycle. You better start walking the righteous path real soon, because if you continue on with this, some of you don't know how Saturn works. See, Saturn, the great karmic teacher, see, a lot of you have screwed over your Saturn placement. Check what sign you have in Saturn. If it's Pisces, you're screwed. I'm telling you, if you got Pisces in Saturn and you've done a Pisces dirty, you are screwed. If they're on the cusp of Aries, you got Saturn in Aries and you're screwing over in Aries, screwed. Check your Saturn sign, because some of you have toyed with your Saturn sign for so long, stolen from them, beat them down, tried to frame them, tried to set them up. And what's happening is Saturn, the great karmic teacher, will let you think you're getting away with things for years. Years, you'll think, oh, I got away with this. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, I lied here. Oh, look, I got away. And what's honestly going to happen is Saturn will come in like a wrecking ball. You won't know what happened. It can be in the form of a person. It can be in the form of major losses. It can be in the form of chaoticness. It can be in the form of, you know, you think you're getting away with something, think you're getting away with something, think you're getting away with something, and then someone does some deep research, some deep fact checking, some deep, okay, who signed this? This was forged? Some deep looking. And Saturn comes in as a wrecking ball when you least expect it. So take the small wins. Take the small wins. Someone is sitting on a big fat pile. And they are really checking every single box. Every time something happens, and that report card goes straight up to Father Saturn. Have a good night, everyone. Be well.